Hey y'all. So I'm starting out, but I'm handing it over in just a minute. But here you go. Look how scary I look without lashes on. I look dead. There you go. Somebody asked, they're like, oh no, nonsense, without lashes, turn away. There you go. There's the full scary. Oh, no lashes, no brows, no nothing on my. I do look scary as heck. But there's that. That's nonsense with all of the glory. There you go. Pick it apart, friends. Have the best time ever picking this apart. I don't care. Anyways, I just had to make that who is that? Jump scare. You guys should see the pictures I take of myself without like makeup on, or well, I hardly ever have makeup on besides my lashes, or like when my face is swollen, puffed up and shit. Like I've got some pictures on my phone that would scare people. And I send them to people because I'm like, look at this shit. I don't care. Most of you know that I don't care, but yeah, somebody was making some comments today saying some shit. And I was like, oh my God, let me show my bare face without anything on. I don't care. People are so insecure. Way too insecure for my old ass, that's for sure. All right. So Cuntunio is going to take over. I'm going to sit next to him and I'm going to run the stream just so everybody knows what we're doing. So I am here. I just am not on it tonight. I'm not a whippersnapper. Like, Christine, I love you. I'm not a whippersnapper tonight, but Kyle is going to be doing a review. I'm going to be driving the mechanics, but he is going to be responding. So it's a Cuntunio takeover on a Friday night. I don't know where we're headed. I should probably put it on subs only for you guys, just to save you guys some headaches. I don't think it'll be too crazy tonight because I'm sure there's 1,000,001 people live on a Friday night. That's why we're kind of sneaking in here, doing whatever we want. Hold on, let me customize this for you guys. There, we'll put it on subs only, just to be on the safe side, in case Cuntunio triggers some people tonight, which is pretty typical. But yep, let's play the intro and let's get going. He's getting himself all positioned. You can hear the cough in the background. Oops, hold on. I told him I'd do this little part for him that I'm just going to monitor. Going to monitor and hope
it's
like hell we don't get kicked off.
Rapunzel. It's like 60, like 58.
Hey, Duchess. Hey, Music City. Nash Native, Jilly, Pika, Revival, Banana Pug. Revival, I hope you're feeling better. Aries, Kenny, Proud Mimi, Toots, Catherine, 9mm, Rapunzel. Oh, you guys are too kind. Hey, National. I've got these forehead patches I need to try out. I keep forgetting to put them on though.
What's up, berries?
They're supposed to help with forehead wrinkles. You guys are super sweet. Christina, like I said, love you guys. That swimsuit photo gave you PTSD, the one with the jock strap that they put on my head. Revival, I know. Christina's seen me in a swimsuit in real life. Can you imagine? And she still comes back. That's scary, huh? Hey, Angel, Akira. Make sure you don't mess up. Oh, Christina, you know how he is. He'll do great. Hey, Rocky. Chico, as long as we ain't going to, well, with Kyle running, chances are probably not. He'll probably do way better than me. Hey, Midnight Shadow. Okay, I'm supposed to say hi to everybody. He's a bad girl now. What do you got to say about that?
Sure, I'll be I'm a bad bitch.
He's a Hey, just Grammy. This is exactly what you needed. Don't speak too soon. We don't know what we're doing yet. We're reviewing Steve. Victoria. And then at the end, I'm going to throw in a zinger for you guys because I've got 4 minutes of attention to give somebody. Hey, Bark at the Moon. Hey, Aunt Kathy's story time. Everybody.
And I haven't seen this yet, so I'm excited to see my buddy Steve.
Yeah, Kyle hasn't seen this. I've previewed it, but Kyle hasn't. Revival, you're over 50%, but still not close. I hope you feel better soon. Hey, Coffee Addict. I hope everybody that's sick feels better soon. Maximum Effort. Anastasia. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Cash, if you hear this, thanks for reaching out to your kid. It made her. She was happy about that. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Evamos. Ari. God, my hair looks like shit. God, my hair is just, from all this shit, it is trashed. Like, it is. I need to figure out something to do. The shampoo helps some, but not as much as I'd like it to. Hey, Feisty Nana. Hey, Brit Focus. Anybody I missed, I'm sorry. Hey, Sasha. I think I got everybody. Are you ready? You ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll monitor the comments.
Okay.
So you can pay attention to what you're listening to. I know you can't do multiple things at once very well.
Don't tell everybody that.
Actually, how many are with me? Men are good multitaskers when it's like working on projects. When it's like working on construction projects, he can have 15 different fucking things going on at once. And he does amazing. But when it's something like watching, it's because he thinks of something that you guys say. Like, he'll watch the comments. He sits there and reads the comments the entire time. And he'll think of like, oh, yep, this part or this part. And he won't be paying attention to what's being said. He can't read and listen at the same time, which I have a hard time with too at times. Because you get caught up in what they're saying and you tune out what's actually being said on the screen. That's why I think a lot of people can watch the same stream 1,500 times. Because when you're reading the comments or really engaged in a conversation in the comments, I tune out of everything that's going on panel. I've sat in chats with people that there's people on panel fighting it out, and I'll be in the comment section having like an interesting conversation with somebody and completely miss what's going on the panel.
Nash Native, we all had leftovers tonight for dinner too.
Yeah.
And I still got pie to get to.
Rapunzel, I am a multitasking queen. That is one thing I am a good thing. But I think that comes handy from my parents making me start waitressing when I was 11 years old. I really do. Like, I just learned how to do multiple things. I don't have any regret for that. Seriously. It's hard to read and listen. All of us do that. All right. We're going to Steve.
All right.
You guys ready to go to the Mars?
Come on, Steve. Let's see it. Give me your best.
Hey, everybody coming in. Elizabeth, did I catch you earlier? If I didn't, sorry. All right. Let's make sure Steve slowed down. Okay. This all falls under fair use, Steve. And Steve, this isn't, I know you're going to give Kyle some of your thoughts here, but I'll let Kyle respond. Here we go. Hey, Kay.
Oh, hey. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. It is still
was that? Okay, that didn't start out very well. Okay. Let me hum a song and act like the camera's not on. Oh, hey there, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome back to Scuba Steve. Sorry, I'm just practicing. Go ahead, carry on.
Oh, this is gonna be
Good morning.
and we're doing this off of me just trying to guess when he wants to speak. So he's not good at telling me to pause either. So this is just going to be it's going to be a shit show. Buckle up.
11:30 here on the East Coast. See, there's the here on the East Coast, right? 11:30. Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday morning and it's time for, and I got to try to keep this as serious as I can because it's a very serious reason. Tuesdays I devote to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and this is the shocking truth as I see it. Today, November 26, 2024. And yes, today I'll be talking to Dog the Bounty Hunter, a.k.a. Dwayne.
Oh, no way. Oh, jeez. Is he going to talk to Dog the Bounty Hunter? Anybody can talk to him if they get a cameo.
$500.
Yeah.
Chapman regarding the disappearance of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Yeah, we get that back up. If you just type his name in on Google or YouTube, you're going to come up with a bunch of stuff like this regarding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. You feel me there? I hope you do. I hope.
Did you hear what he just said? And you're not going to say something about that? You feel me there?
Yeah, I know.
Are we talking like that, Steve?
I don't want to do that to Steve. All I do is bash him. I actually want to give him some time to get some real fucking thoughts out. So come on, Steve, let's go for it.
You need me to speed him up? And
no.
Okay.
You'll take a look.
Because no matter how fast he goes, we're not getting there.
There's a picture of him and his mom right there. You feel me? So I'm going to talk to Dog the Bounty Hunter as if
he starts using bra, we're out.
If I were talking to my dog, a Yorkshire Terrier, I don't expect her to answer, and I don't expect Dog to answer. I do hope, though, that he will see and hear this podcast, or maybe his legal team or whoever, and that he'll respond to some of the questions I'm about to ask. In fact, a couple of them.
You're a simp, dude. You're a simp. You're trying to get attention from a celebrity.
$500 cameo.
Come from you, the viewer. So just stick with me here and you're going to love this. But first, a little housekeeping, okay? Number one, let's all be nice, okay? A few of you think it's fun to critique what I am doing weekly or daily in my own meek, feeble manner of keeping Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' name out there.
His meek, feeble manner.
No, he got that right.
We're critiquing his meek, feeble manner of his way of trying to keep the name out there. See, this is going to be hard because I have shit to say too.
No, he already said what he should have said. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Here's a picture with his mom. There you go. Job's done, Steve. You can wrap it up now.
Yeah. Keep the focus on the missing.
You see, a few content creators think it's more fun to joke and insult other creators, such as myself, who sincerely all we want to do is see Sebastian's case solved.
You want me to take this one?
Yeah.
Solved. Of course, everybody wants Sebastian brought home. I don't disagree with you there, Steve. Not at all. But the fact of it is in order to do that, it's incredibly important to be factual about the case at hand. And when you incite things like you did last week, Tuesday before, and we all watched how you did it by taking stuff that Dog the Bounty Hunter had said on court TV and then twisted it and painted a narrative with it, it becomes dangerous for the missing child's family, the family he loves, Steve.
And in our own meek-minded ways, this is what some of us are doing. This is what I'm doing, okay? You're joking me about reading my notes or stuff? Okay, I'm 67 years old. If I didn't have notes, I'd be telling you what the weather's like today instead of what I really want to talk about. Is that a bad?
That's fine, Steve. You can have notes. You're 67. You should just be playing cribbage. I mean,
but what's that song? It's a beautiful day
in the neighborhood.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you? That would be better for you, Steve.
Yeah.
You could be Mr. Rogers and
Yeah.
tell us about the weather. I would watch you tell me about the weather.
I never heard Mr. Rogers tell me to go kick in somebody's door if I thought I had information about something.
No, Mr. Rogers told us to be good neighbors.
Yeah.
Mind our fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
Bad thing? Have you ever been my age yet to know what I'm talking about? This is housekeeping. I'll get through this real quick here. I'll get back on my notes. I don't believe it helpful or beneficial in any manner, except for personal gain, to mock or mock other creators is what I meant to say. Yes, I messed up my notes again. Are you happy? Do you feel victorious?
Did you put that in there in your notes that you messed up your notes? Steve, did you really write that in your notes?
Nice. Yeah, probably.
Steve, you're missing the point again. I'm going to let Kyle tell you though.
Stick with me. You're going to love where I'm going with this.
Okay, we're going to love this.
Personal gain to mock other creators just to get views. Notice I'm not saying who you are. The negativity I see online breeds itself. It does. Negativity breeds itself. Energy breeds itself. It's sick.
I guess it's just negative to mock the parents of a missing child and pretend that they're guilty of something that we don't have evidence for. That's totally okay though, right, Steve?
With me. You're either helping with positive and good intentions without ridiculing others.
Revival, I am totally taking over. Tell me to stop because I've got so much to say about this shit. It pisses me off and infuriates me because.
No, this is my turn. Play.
Okay.
Or you're simply in this for yourself. And shame on you. And those who think you're so cool, that you're a a-hole, that you're doing what you do. You see, I have no need to name you because you know who you are, right? And your followers surely are smarter than you. You haven't given them the credit that they deserve. And again, I say, shame on you. If the only content you can create is to repost my videos or other people's videos and mock and make fun of us when we're trying to do something good, then thank you.
You're not trying to do something good, Steve. You're not. There's no new information in this case. The FBI and TBI are involved. You're not doing a goddamn thing except stirring up shit to get views. We're calling your ass out because you're an idiot. You're out here creating fucking hypotheticals to get people to watch you. We're not doing that. If you really wanted to do some good, you would have Sebastian's picture on the screen. You would have the phone numbers of who to call, and that would be it. You wouldn't say a goddamn thing about people kicking in people's doors.
Drive through. And I got to say this. Your parents would be proud that they successfully raised a bully.
No. Okay, fuck you, Steve. First of all, fuck you. I'm not a bully. I'm the people that stand up for people that you're making fun of, that you're blaming for getting rid of their child. I'm sticking up for the people that don't have people to stick up for them. You have nothing. You have zero fucking information that
Guess what?
the Proudfoots have anything to do with this, but you keep on pushing that narrative. You're the fucking bully, man. Even though you're 69 years old or whatever it is, you
67.
are the fucking bully.
And guess what, Steve? I hate to tell you this, but I could go put a phone in Kyle's parents' face, my parents' face, and the one thing that they're going to tell you is that they are extremely proud of their children. And you know why? Because we stand up for people going through their worst time and being kicked repeatedly. Because Kyle's parents, for one, not that you are owed this.
I actually showed my parents that video of you, Steve.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to explain to them more about what Becky actually does on YouTube. And it's calling out assholes. And I showed him the video. I said, look at this fucking idiot. He's on YouTube telling, how many people was it?
He had like, I don't know, over 5,000 views at the time. I don't know.
Telling, let's just say 5,000. You were telling 5,000 people that they could go vigilante justice on this fucking family, and you have zero fucking evidence of it. That's what I showed my parents, and I showed them that we're the ones actually sticking up for those people, the ones you're calling out and making accusations about.
And guess what? His parents are in their 70s, and they still think what you do is embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're extremely proud of their son because they have had tragic losses in their lives and know how hard it is on just that, let alone if somebody would have came into their life and tried to do this to them and targeted their family, what that would have felt like to them. So they are extremely proud of us using our voices for what's important. But carry on. But if you need that on video, I will gladly. I know your parents would gladly oblige and tell us what they think about people like Steve.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a bully. You might not realize it. You might not have ever thought it. You might not care. Because that's the way a bully thinks. Okay? That's the housekeeping, and we're out of there. Okay, let's get on with this episode of The Shocking Truth, as I see it today. Can we say his name enough? No, we cannot. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Come on, say it out loud with me, or say it in the safety of your own mind. And know this: there are those of us who will not stop, will never stop until the truth is revealed. Period. Period. End of story. This mystery will be solved when our combined attention reaches the level that it needs to reach.
So tell me this, Steve. If you're in the business of helping people, why haven't you said anything about the other 1,000 missing children that have gone missing in Tennessee? Why haven't you brought up any one of those? You're just sticking with this one.
Or in his own area.
Yeah, even in your own area. You could be bringing up tons of other people's names that have gone missing, and you could be actually trying to help. But instead, you're out here making these videos, calling out family for nothing, no evidence that you have, and trying to make friends with a reality TV star. It's gross, Steve. It really is. If you were out here saying, you know what, we have this child here gone missing at this time, this is a number you can call. We have this other missing child over here. Here's the number you can call for them. Here's the latest information on these cases. Great, cool, appreciate it. But you're not doing that, Steve. You're out here trying to blame a stepdad of a missing child. And you're trying to put these families through, you know what, Steve, what if one of your, I don't know if you have kids, let's just say you do. What if one of your kids went missing? And then there was some asshole on the internet that was trying to blame you for it. What would you do, Steve? You ever put yourself in anybody else's shoes? You ever tried that?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, I don't know how to hit buttons.
Kyle's like, I don't know how to hit these buttons. Hold on.
In order to bring the results that we're all seeking, truth, honesty, and justice for Sebastian and those who truly love him. Last seen the evening of February 25th, not the morning of the 26th. I don't know what I'm seeing there. I got to put my finger here to come back to it. I keep seeing things that said last seen.
I'll take this for a moment because this is a fact of the case. So if you go to the actual TBI flyers, the Amber Alert flyers, that is where the information comes from, and it should be stuck to. It says the 26th. That is what the information from law enforcement has stated repeatedly, is the 26th. Why they are so hell-bent on changing that is beyond me. But again, that is factual information, and it's bullshit. Anything you need to add?
No.
Monday morning, the 26th. When did anybody see him after midnight on the 26th? Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Wasn't it the 25th the last time
Go look at the flyers and the news reports, Steve.
he was seen? Around 8 or 9, last time heard, possibly 10, when there was a thud. Disappearing into the midst of the night without wearing shoes. no evidence that anything is missing. Allegedly, maybe his night clothes of black sweatpants and a black long sleeve sweatshirt. Fact is, we don't know. And the only person who might know is probably being told over and over just to keep her mouth shut. Wow. What an
I don't know why they would tell Katie to keep their mouth shut, even though she's been talking to law enforcement the entire time.
Yeah, that kind of seems like you're blaming one of the parents there, Steve. You got any proof of that?
awful life they're now living. What's next?
Trigger warning, there's some heavy stuff coming up.
Added weight gains. I'm going to put what I wrote here. Added weight gains, alcoholism, drug abuse.
Really?
Would you want to be numb if one of our kids went missing?
Yeah, well, I can tell you from I can tell you from experience that my parents lost 2 of their children, and they had their ways of coping. And is that right? No. Is it any of your fucking business, Steve? No. Do you blame somebody for weight gain or drinking after the kid goes missing? No. You're
horrific tragedy.
Have you ever lost anybody, Steve? Have you ever lost a family member? Do you know what this is like? You know what it's like to be in those shoes?
Maybe we should have your parents react to one of these with us. I can't even imagine what your dad would have to say about this shit.
My dad would unleash on this guy, because I already talked to my dad about this guy, and I said exactly this.
You did too.
I said, what if this happened to Garrett, and this fucking guy was on the internet and he was trying to blame you for offing your own son? What would you do? And he said the same thing I would.
Yeah.
He'd bury you. But you don't even the scary part is, Steve, you don't even realize how fucking out of line you are. That's the scary part, dude. Is you can't look at a 30,000 foot view of this. There's 1,000 other kids have gone missing, and you only focus on this.
And this goes to everybody in the comment section. Kyle's just speaking from his own experience with his family, but all of you, a lot of you have had tragic loss, suffering, tragedies that have hit home. Can you imagine for 1 minute being in the shoes of Chris and Katie, even Seth, for what some people have done? Can you imagine having this done?
Mental and physical abuse? Divorce again for both of you? Or you simply vanishing without a trace?
Which there's nothing. Wait, hold up. I got to listen to that. Was that a veiled threat, Steve?
Divorce again for both of you? Or you simply vanishing without a trace? You might say, who would do such a thing? Well, think about it. Who would do such a thing? Who would tell you to keep your mouth shut?
Wait, is he implying that one of them could go missing? Is that what you guys are getting? Is that what I need to listen to that one more time. Did you get that?
Mm-mm.
Listen to how he says this.
Now living.
Listen to this.
What's next? Added weight gains. I'm going to put what I wrote here.
Oh.
Added weight gains, alcoholism, drug abuse, mental and physical abuse. Divorce again for both of you?
Listen to this part.
Or you simply vanishing without a trace? You might say, who would do such a thing? Well, think about it. Who would do such a thing? Who would tell you to keep your mouth shut? So today,
is he implying that somebody's going to hurt Katie?
I don't know. I
don't even know if he knows what he's saying.
No, he doesn't. But
what the fuck? What do you even say to this? Like,
it's like that JonBenet Ramsey.
Oh yeah,
on Netflix. It's the same thing. He's got it stuck in his head that the Proudfoots did this, and there's no changing his mind. He's gonna skirt around it, and he's gonna lean into that and try to make it a sellable story so people watch his shit. It's
And the sad thing, this is
you're
over
not helping
15-year-old.
anything, Steve, at all.
Yeah, that's what I think so too, Hartley. That's what I think he's implying, is that somebody is telling her to be quiet, therefore implying that it's Chris, and therefore implying that she could go missing like Sebastian too. That's what I think he's saying too. And after what he incited the week before, Steve, you're getting a little dangerous here, in my opinion. And the sad thing is, Kenny, he's got notes. Okay, back to this.
Getting past that, I want to talk to Dog the Bounty Hunter, a.k.a. Dwayne Chapman, now on the case and helping the FBI and others in the $200,000 reward being offered. You see, today I have a few questions, and a couple of my subscribers have sent me a question or two. And we're all hoping and praying that you'll see this live stream, Dog. We really do hope and pray it, whether live or on the rewind, and that you'll comment with your most heartfelt messages to the following questions. With that said, I'm now talking to Dog.
Hi, Dog. I love you. I bought a pair of your underwear off Etsy, and I have them hanging up, and sometimes I wear them, but I just love you, Dog.
Question comes from one of my subscribers and members, goes by @TheFoggyMountainWitch. She's asking, Dog, do you ever have a missing case? Have you ever had a missing case with a $200,000 or more reward? And if so, how long did it take for someone with knowledge to come forward?
That's why you're here, Steve. That's why you're here. There's a reward. That's why Dog's here. He needs money for his taxes that he hasn't been paying. That's the only fucking reason you twits are here. It's disgusting. It really is, dude. You need to get a life. You need to get a hobby. Something that doesn't involve fucking trashing parents on the internet.
That's a great question, man. I'd love to hear what he has to say, because he's got more knowledge than any of us online do with missing cases of missing people, whether they're
fugitives.
He's
bounty hunter.
I found
not missing children.
3 cases of missing, and I went digging deep, that Dog the Bounty Hunter has been involved in. The only 3 names that you can find attached to Dog the Bounty Hunter with missing persons are Brian Laundrie, after he killed Gabby, Kylie Rodney, and Sebastian Rogers.
Yep.
Those are the only 3, and they were gaining huge attention.
And they all had cash rewards.
And they all had some sort of...
Yeah. Do you understand that, Steve? He follows the money, and because you idolize him, you follow him anywhere he goes, no matter what. Sounded kind of weird.
Bounty, bail jumpers, or whatever. That's a great question. Have you ever had a missing child case with $200,000 or more? And if so, how long did it take for someone with knowledge to come forward? Yeah, that's a great question, Dog. I'd love to hear the answer. And I have another one from one of my subscribers here, I believe.
Is that a really good question? Is that one of those questions that's going to get down to the root of this? Is that how we're going to find Sebastian? That's what you want to know.
At Barb Hair 9687 is asking, Dog, if Chris Proudfoot was home that weekend, anytime during the weekend, I believe, the weekend that he disappeared, Sebastian disappeared, has anyone, to your knowledge, Dog, found any evidence of a burner phone or walkie-talkies being used?
Walkie-talkies. That's where we're at, is walkie-talkies. Are you fucking joking?
That's a great question, too. And I had to think about that for a minute. Evidence of why would anybody need walkie-talkies? And I thought, well, one abstract thought would be maybe Sebastian had a friend in the neighborhood with a walkie-talkie kept hidden under the pillow or whatever. And every night he'd get on there and, hey, buddy, hey, it's me. What's going on? And maybe there was communication between Sebastian and some.
Yeah, and maybe aliens came into his room, Steve. You watch too many movies there, Chief. There's no fucking proof of that.
Somebody within the neighborhood, at least in my line of thinking. A burner phone.
Was it smoke signals? Did anybody check for smoke signals that night?
Hold on. And even if that was possible, doesn't that he's putting another possibility out here that maybe there was contact outside of Chris and Katie, but yet he's trying to paint this narrative that Chris and Katie did something.
Yeah.
So which is it?
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. What is it, Steve? I can't wait for this.
Are there records of burner phones in communities? Can a cell tower pull that information up? Another great question.
Go to Google next time, dude.
I have a couple, and I'll leave it for you all to decide if it's a great question or not. My first to you, dog, is a lot of us online are being fed that your last trip to Tennessee was for a family wedding. I, knowing that people can do two things at once, want to ask you this. How much time while in Tennessee did you actually get to devote to finding Sebastian? I think that's a fair question, dog. People are making all kinds of...
How much do you think, Steve? How much information did Dog come out with after his trip to Tennessee? Did he find him? Does he know where he is? Does he have any leads?
Speculations, and you know how the rumor mill goes. That's why we want to talk to you. We want to ask you directly. So I hope you'll listen to these questions. I got two more questions for you. I'd love to see some kind of a post. Maybe we'll reach out and we'll do a YouTube together or something.
Stop kissing his ass, dude. It's fucking gross.
However you want to do it, however you want to proceed. My second question to you, dog. In your opinion, what can we, the online community, do to keep pressure on all the guilty parties involved?
You can stop creating guilty parties. How about that?
In this case, we're not going away. So, dog, use us. What can we do to keep the pressure on them?
You could research the facts of the case. You could keep putting Sebastian's name and date and telephone numbers up, trying to get awareness.
He does that. Just wait.
You can stop trying to fabricate fucking walkie-talkie stories. That's for sure.
The question came up recently. Are any of them eligible for any type of immunity or reward if they're guilty? And I referenced last week the Stephen Stearns case that the mother of the child that was killed, she's got immunity. And I think she's complicit in that case, but that's another story. In this case, dog, can you tell us what can a guilty party do regarding receiving a reward or getting immunity? I think I'd like to know.
Sounds a little incriminating, Steve. What are you trying to get to? You're trying to skirt around the bush on how you can turn in your information?
For that. And then my final question, I was going to say I had a great question there, but all questions are great. The only dumb questions are the one that was never asked, right? My final question, are you and your teams able to go out and canvass the neighbors door to door?
Who is better equipped to do that, Steve? The FBI or Dog the Bounty Hunter?
I don't care if TBI's done it or the sheriff's done it, anybody else done it. Dog, I wanted to see you or your team. Are you guys able to go out, knock on the door? Imagine they're surprised.
Hello? Hey, this is Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'm looking for a missing kid. Oh, is that the same one that law enforcement came to ask about 6 months ago?
9 months ago.
9 months ago? Why, Steve?
We've seen him be a door knocker already, though. Dog the Bounty Hunter. I played a clip of it the other day. Dog the Bounty Hunter pounding on a door, and he wasn't even very successful with that. But of course, the one thing that he did have for him at that moment was he had a whole film crew following him around because he was.
Because that's when real information comes out is when A&E is following you with the film crew.
They were trying.
The only reason he's involved, Steve, is because there's a reward. That's it.
Well, in all fairness, A&E won't even work with him anymore. From my understanding.
No, he's a felon.
Surprised to see you standing there, and you can definitely get a good read on people, but door to door in the event that Sebastian is being held captive within the neighborhood. Goes back to the walkie-talkie theory, I think. In my mind, it does.
Jeez. Steve, this is why my parents are proud of me, their chief, is because I'm calling out people online like you. Walkie-talkies. Where's there been any any proof of walkie-talkies. So you're creating the walkie-talkie story, trying to get a washed-up reality star who's a felon to go knocking on people's doors to ask them about a kid that went missing 9 months ago.
Well, and the crazy thing about that, just on the factual basis, is law enforcement canvassed the neighborhood, went door to door, got access to Ring camera footage of all the neighbors that they could. There were some neighbors that they gained access to their properties that weren't even home, so they could search their outbuildings, their properties, everything. They have done a thorough canvass. Does things like this happen where the people go missing and they live down the road? Yes, we've seen some insane cases of that happening, but law enforcement has been keeping an eye on those things. I'm positive of, and they did a thorough canvass initially. Again, go back to the dispatch audio. You can hear that on Jessica Danielle's page if you would like to hear it, at the whole breakdown of the first 11 hours. And you can hear how significant the presence was of them going door to door.
Yeah. Dog the Bounty Hunter is not doing it there, dude. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. I know you're starstruck. But how many missing kids has he found?
You never know what you might discover, or your team when they're knocking on doors and talking to people. I've got 5 questions. If you come up with 5 questions, maybe solicit from the internet community, what would be the great 5 questions to ask every neighbor in the neighborhood? Who knows what the police or law enforcement have asked? So with all the uncertainties in today's day and age, folks, I feel it's confident that the best move for all, 2 things. One is to call the FBI at their Nashville office at 615-232-7500. That's the FBI in Nashville, 615-232-7500. I'm going to keep getting that number.
That I'm going to give you props on, Steve.
Yep.
That should have been your whole video.
Right there.
Yep.
This is the missing child.
That's the good part, man. I commend you for this one.
We're out there because whoever's out there guilty watching, this is what we're doing online. We are rallying the wagons.
Oh.
The other number I would say to call the FBI and or Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Nope. Hit the brakes. Why are you doing that? Why are you sending information that needs to go to law enforcement to a retired bounty hunter? What good is that?
The only places that should be contacted, just a reminder in case anybody has just seen this, Sumner County, the TBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. You can also call your local police department if you have any type of pertinent information, and they will reroute you to the right place. But law enforcement is the only places that should be contacted when it has anything to do with a missing child, especially a minor missing child.
Hunter's tip line at 833-835-5364. Again, that number is
867-5309.
Yeah.
35-5364. You know, $200,000. That's a lot of reasons to call in.
That's a lot of reasons to make shit up too, Steve.
I just thought of something. The belt bandit, they said that was could be a white Subaru. Steve,
hey,
do you drive a white Subaru? Are you the belt bandit?
Did you steal somebody's serpentine belt? Do you know how to find a serpentine belt?
Did you actually,
with your
instead of going to Mars, end up taking a serpentine? And that's all. We're joking. Steve definitely has nothing to do with a belt that didn't magically go missing either. That whole story is bullshit. So therefore our allegations or questions of Steve are complete bullshit too. So the baseline of that story is bullshit, let alone us asking Steve if he was responsible for it.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
Steve, I wrote down a question here on my notes. Why don't you want people to just call the FBI? Why do you put Dog's number up there too? Asking for a friend.
Confession and or your tip. And now to all and every guilty party in this case, know this. We will not go away. No, sir, no, ma'am, no, sirree.
We're going to keep making up allegations until somebody gets blamed.
Bob, we will not go for away. I, for one, have committed every Tuesday to
making shit up so I could get views on Tuesday because I don't have anything else going on in my life. How about you come out when there's new information? Just give them FBI's number and Sebastian's name and his picture.
What about
Sebastian Wayne Drake?
every Tuesday? Why don't you include Sebastian, the factual information, which is nothing that you've said so far, and then highlight other kids from Tennessee. If you want to do so much for the missing, Steve, why is Sebastian the only missing child that you're talking about, Steve?
Oh, the money. There's a $200,000 reward.
Jake Rogers for the rest of my life until this case is solved. Yeah. Others are doing other things. Stop one of us, 10 more will pop up. We're like popcorn. I don't know if you see the sign there. We're like
Herpes is what I would compare it to there, Steve.
Popcorn, right? We're all popping all around you. We don't die, we multiply.
Oh, kind of like the same.
I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah.
Can you feel the heat yet? You see, even if you have knowledge of this crime, of what happened, whether an accident or not, whether you overheard it or not, you will be held just as accountable as those who actually committed or fell victim to all of this. Because your knowledge has made you now fall victim to all of this. And you keeping your mouth shut is making things worse for you and yours. You will do time, and you will lose just about everything you and your family own because you kept your mouth shut.
Thanks for the fear mongering.
Nice job.
Okay.
Are you really ready for everything you have to be just an old memory of when you lived outside prison?
Holy fucking fear mongering, dude.
There's no proof.
What are you talking about? There's no proof anybody was involved.
Guilty parties are watching.
Yeah, is the guilty party watching you, Steve? I don't think so. I don't think anybody's fucking watching you. You probably got a bunch of Russian bots.
Folks, look at Court TV. People are going to jail every day.
Yeah, look at Court TV, where they allowed a washed-up reality star to say it's okay to kick in people's fucking doors for thinking they have information that they should be turning into the FBI.
Good memory, babe.
Over and over and over for doing stupid things like keeping their mouth shut when they know something is wrong, when they saw something happen.
Hold on, Kyle gets a gold star. He remembered what program that was on. That dog kicked or said that they could kick indoors.
Sorry, Bubbles. You can calm down with your vacuuming of your couch.
Aggressively vacuuming that couch. But Kyle hit that on the. Yeah, he gets a gold star for that shit.
Happen when they were told to keep their mouths shut. Anybody that tells you that, it's just a matter of time before they throw you under the bus because you kept your mouth shut.
Or who did anybody tell her to keep her mouth shut?
No.
Then why the fuck are you saying this, Steve?
We don't have any
What
indication.
information do you have?
Nothing. There's no indication.
That piece of paper you're holding should be proof of what the fuck you're talking about.
The only conversation that happened just recently was when Seth did his interview. Seth stated that law enforcement, I think he said Bobby, I could be wrong, I'd have to go back and watch, but one of them told them not to do interviews, according to Seth.
That's actually what most attorneys tell their clients.
They're not attorneys, it's TBI, FBI.
Oh, well.
But still, like, people tell them to be quiet.
If they have attorneys that are telling them to be quiet because people like this will come up with fucking stories.
But another point to add to that is that was, they didn't come out for 8 days. We don't know if that was initially told to them in the beginning because they were trying to get a read on what was going on in the situation and didn't really know what to say to the public. We have no indication of what was actually said for sure.
Yeah.
Who was told, but she has been in direct communication with the TBI, all of them. Like, she's done interviews.
So
she's
let's
done
see your
polygraph.
proof there that somebody told anybody to be quiet, Steve. I want to see proof on that, please.
Yeah.
Like you were told. I'm sorry, folks. That's the shocking truth as I see it today. I'll see you tomorrow and every day the rest of my life on YouTube. Now in my 67th year of life. What an amazing ride. Hey, Holly, how are you? I see that now. I hope you can say the same. I can see the comments. I'm paying a little more attention. That's kind of when I lose track of my notes, is when I'm paying attention to what some of you may be saying. If anybody's got a question, type it in right now, but I am going to try to clear the room.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Steve. Why do you make accusations without any proof? Who told her to be quiet? I want to see it. Primary sources only.
Well, that's kind of sounds strange when I'm the only one in the room. Well, no, I'm not. You guys are here, and y'all are looking good. Folks,
stop it with the fourth wall shit, dude. This isn't fucking Mr. Rogers.
that's the shocking truth as I see it today. Have a great day wherever you go, whatever you do. Make somebody else smile. You never know when your smile is the smile that saves somebody else's life. So many people walk.
But hey, if their parents have missing children, just continue to kick them. That seems rational, right?
Around with nobody smiling at them. It doesn't cost a cent. Smile. Doesn't hurt. Have a great day. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye. Is that it? That's it. Are you sure? I'm sure. How do you know? You're talking to yourself again.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Oh my Lord. What are your final thoughts on that?
I think this guy's dangerous and needs to be the fuck off of YouTube. If you're gonna come out with accusations like that, I want to see proof. That's it. That's all. And I want to know why you're trying to reroute crime tips to a washed up bounty hunter, dude. Is it because you guys are all on the same team? You and the psychopath that screamed outside parents' houses after Sandy Hook? Is that what you guys do? You like that shit?
Fuck, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm. You guys are all
Alex
from the
Jones,
same coat. Yeah.
JLR.
You're sick. You're doing it for clicks. That's it.
Yeah, TV star. Exactly. This is all right. I'm going to take us home tonight. Thank you for telling us what you think of Steve. Kyle was way gentler with Steve than I would have been. It was probably actually good that Kyle responded to that instead of me. But I am going to find the energy and enough to say about this one. Kyle is here with us still, and I'm sure he will have some things to say about this one too. He has not previewed this one either. These are blind reacts with him, and he is being really, really kind. Really kind. Comfort doll. Yeah, Kyle's pretty amazing. Let me just say, like, when people get on here and like talk about how, her husband even says she's consumed. Like, Kyle can tell you why this is problematic. He knows why I do this. He understands what is going on. Like, the support I get from him is unbelievable. And that's why I always say, like, nothing on here will ever bother me, because the person standing next to me holding me up to continue to do this is right here. So I'm very thankful for that. Truthfully, I wouldn't know what I to do without him. He is an incredible human. Okay. Trigger warning. I'm going to need you guys, if you are in a bad state of mind or in a bad mental space, to please check out. Especially my mothers or fathers or caregivers. If you need to, please tap out now. This is bad. This is extremely bad if you haven't seen this already. I want me a Kyle. Does he have a brother?
No, not anymore. Sorry.
That gets asked all the time. Both of Kyle's brothers have passed away, unfortunately. Good night, Granny. This one is bad. This one coming up here it's bad. And please check out if you need to, because Julie is about to take us home for the night, and I'm going to say all the things, because this is what kept me kicking. Like, I didn't know all the other shit had happened on YouTube. These people were doing too much over Thanksgiving, and truly, like, when I say doing the absolute most, I mean doing the absolute most on Thanksgiving. She did a live stream on Thanksgiving. Julie did. And she has done, let me see here, two videos in the last 2 days. I think multiple shorts. Well,
that Michelle, that's great.
She's done one short for sure, but on other things. And she did one live stream yesterday. So let's go here for a moment. I'm going to go to this one first, and then I'm going to take you guys out. So Kyle is still with us, and he will add, I'm sure, to this.
2020 in Shelby County, Tennessee, a 14-year-old autistic boy named Brandon Gray was found dead in his home. Though there were more kids in the house, only Brandon, 14, and his sister, age 12, who were both autistic, were often forced to sleep in the garage of their house.
Now, the title of this video is 3 Things in Common with Sebastian Rogers' Case. Hashtag Sebastian Rogers, hashtag autism. Okay?
In addition to being punished by sleeping in the garage, it was also found that Brandon, who's autistic, and his 12-year-old autistic sister were being starved.
Now, there is no disagreement here with me as far as there are some horrific things and some horrific cases of child abuse, neglect, and harm done to children. There is never going to be any disagreement on that. But what she is doing by using these is where my problem comes in.
And it was ultimately that starvation that led to Brandon losing his life. Autistic children are at risk for abuse at a highly disproportionate rate than their neurotypical peers. We know that there are many warning signs that neighbors, school teachers, and others notice prior to an autistic child losing their life due to the actions, neglect, and mistreatment by their parents and caregivers. Denial of food has been brought up in the Sebastian Rogers case.
Okay, denial of food has been brought up in the Sebastian Rogers case. I'm going to let her take you here.
It was brought up by Chris and Katie Proudfoot, who said Sebastian would get caught sneaking into the kitchen at night to take food.
Okay, so that does not imply denial of food. That implies that he, out of regular meals, we have no idea how their meal times or anything went, but he was getting in to the cabinets in the middle of the night. That does not imply that he was being denied any meals, snacks, anything of the sort. This is a complete twist of a story. And I'm sorry, but if any parent doesn't monitor their cabinets and stuff like that, when you have a child that doesn't have that control, like we monitor.
We had to
we know
place the sugar in our house.
We know, like, this is a very common thing, and to even imply that it's denial of food because you are limiting certain things after certain hours, that's a lot of times in the best benefit of the child. When you were, oh God, I could go back to like basic foundations of when you are even bringing a child up, like, never mind, Julie.
There have been unofficial reports by neighbors that Sebastian might have been forced to sleep in the garage.
What?
I
want to see proof of that.
There's no proof of that. There was a mattress that was delivered that one of the neighbors spotted in their garage after Sebastian went missing. It was a mattress that had been given to them after Sebastian went missing. There's no indication of that either, but just wait and I'll wrap it all up with where this is mostly coming from.
If he were to have incontinence accidents, which, by the way, is one of the signs that a child is under psychological duress due to emotional and physical abuse.
Or the fact that he has a 6q27 chromosomal deletion syndrome, and we have no indication of what was causing any of these issues, nor is it any of our business. But she completely disregards that he had medical complexities also.
There was an unofficial report by a neighbor.
You notice how she's saying an unofficial report?
Who said they saw Chris Proudfoot turn a hose, a pressure washer, on Sebastian. There's unofficial.
So first and foremost, that unofficial report wasn't even from a neighbor. It was from a fabricated troll that went on Crime Lies and Bullshit's channel and made up a complete story that Proudfoots don't even own a pressure washer. That was debunked months ago. That neighbor doesn't even exist. And again, here's my problem with that. Let's think about this for a second. Let's think about if a neighbor would have witnessed that being done and did nothing. Where's the failure to report if that was going on and somebody watched that and said nothing and did nothing?
proof or it didn't happen?
Well, there's no proof of it because it didn't happen. But again, they're creating these stories and trying to say that neighbors saw all this stuff. Well, why did the neighbors not ever do anything? Oh, wait, because there was nothing to do anything about, because these are all fabricated stories that came out after the fact.
Reports by neighbors screamed at Sebastian and called him the R word.
And you would think with all the cameras in their neighborhood, that would have been caught and captured on film and then turned in again, right? If all of these things were happening when the neighbor, Bobby, who came out and spoke, didn't even know a child lived in that home, didn't even know that the home had sold. But now all these other neighbors have these concocted stories about all the things that have, yeah, okay. All right, Julie.
Unfortunately, stories hauntingly similar to what Sebastian Rogers allegedly endured.
Again, completely fabricated stories that she is trying to use fabricated information to compare this case to other horrific tragedies.
Has been heard many times before regarding autistic children. Let me tell you about one case in the New York area in the last few years. This is a picture of Thomas Valva, 8 years old. On the other side is a picture of his father, Michael Valva, and his stepmother, Angela. Angela had 3 neurotypical daughters. In addition to Thomas, who was autistic, he had a brother, Anthony, who was 2 years older than him, also autistic. While Angela's daughters slept every night inside a warm house, as did the family dog. On many nights, Michael and Angela forced Anthony and young Thomas here to sleep in the garage. Michael was a police officer in New York. Cries for help, heartbreaking new details of autistic boy who froze to death after cop dad and fiance starved him and kept him in garage.
Again, it's a tragic story, a horrific, tragic story that has absolutely nothing to do, and there is no comparisons or things in common with Sebastian's case.
Of the school where Thomas and Anthony attended said the 2 boys, who were both mentally disabled, they both were autistic, appeared to be fine then when they arrived at school in 2017, but later show up to class feeling cold and hungry. The 2 started to look extremely emaciated, motivating faculty to put in calls to CPS. After calls to CPS, they said the boy's condition would improve, but this was sadly only a temporary fix. In the trials of the father and stepmother, witnesses came forward like a piano teacher who gave lessons to one of the stepmother's daughters. Stepmother and father even made fun of Thomas's autism, mocking him when he didn't answer questions. They shouted at him, "That's right, because you can't talk." Thomas and Anthony spent hours in the home garage without heat as punishment for having urinated and defecated in the house. Prosecutors said the father had physically and verbally abused his 2 sons for years before the night that Thomas died. On January 17, 2020, when Thomas wouldn't wake up, the father took him outside in cold weather and sprayed him with a hose. When police came to the house, the father lied and said Thomas had fallen on the sidewalk and hit his head. Here's what allegedly Sebastian Rogers has in common with these cases.
You like how she's trying to do this? You like how she is attempting to spin all this? First and foremost, again, I encourage you to remember the details that we know as fact. We have no indication that he was being denied food. Quite the opposite. Seth has spoke of it himself. We also have no indication that he was ever sprayed with a pressure washer. And we have zero indication that he was being forced to sleep in a garage. All of these discussions have been had, and none of these have been confirmed or proven whatsoever, besides to be rumors. But this is what she's doing.
Verbal and physical abuse, the denial of being forced.
Verbal and physical abuse, we have no indication of. The denial of food, no indication of. Being forced to sleep in the garage when he... No, sorry.
Forced to sleep in the garage when he wet himself. These are alleged allegations, in my opinion.
That's not going to save your ass there, Julie, because we've also got stuff like this that you've been doing. Let's go take a look here.
Can I just say how good the TikTok filters are to her?
Yeah, they are. TikTok filters are So the title of this video is Spaz 2.0. Good night, River House. Yeah, please check out if you need to. These are terrible. I just want to play a couple timestamps. I want to remind you that this was Thanksgiving Day yesterday. Yesterday was Thanksgiving Day, and people were doing this.
Where I said to Seth, this is what I hope you do. I hope you get a lawyer. In that video, I didn't talk about custody. I was just talking about, I hope you get a lawyer and file child abuse charges against the Proudfoots. In my opinion, that's the route to go, because I think that case would be successful. And if law enforcement doesn't take...
How is that going to be successful when Sebastian is missing? And
you should trust your fucking legal opinion.
Yeah.
him seriously and file actual criminal charges, he could then file in civil court, and it would be probably better than, everything he's doing now is important, finding Sebastian, but in some ways, I have to say, at this point, it's a little bit, spinning wheels here, and you don't have to do just one thing. That's the point I'm trying to make. Search for Sebastian.
If there were all these indications of all these things going on, then wouldn't Seth also be at fault? I'm just asking, because he was seeing him quite often, right? And he has flat out said that there was no indication that anything was... Sebastian didn't tell him these things. He didn't know about these things until Sebastian went missing. Those are Seth's own words. So how does that absolve him? Does that make any sense to you guys? I mean, think about that. I do not believe that any of them, the three of them, including Seth, denied him food. Like, I do not believe that. But the fact that she is saying this and then encouraging him to file charges against these people or do something, what the hell?
Sebastian, keep that up with dog and keep that up with this. But while you're doing that, you could also do this and this. You could also press charges of child abuse, get a lawyer for a civil case. But even before that, you have to file for full custody of Sebastian, because family court can take a while. And it's so important. And allegedly innocent posted the video of the one of me saying she's got like 18,000 subscribers.
Allegedly innocent. You guys know who that is, right? The supposed mental health advocate herself. The supposed mental health professional herself reposted this woman. Now, if that's not scary, I don't know what to tell you.
On YouTube. Do you know her? Good Measure. And hi, Bubble Beth. Hi, Michael. Happy Thanksgiving.
Let me go over here and let me find the next timestamp, because there's another part in here that I want you guys to hear. Oh, right here. Okay. There's just a couple that I want you guys to hear.
Things that would make them say, this child should not be with this parent. Number one, okay? Number one is a conviction for child abuse. A conviction for child abuse. Again, now we're back to filing charges of child abuse against the Proudfoots. So if a parent is...
with zero indication that there's any child abuse.
Has a conviction of child abuse. Here's the interesting thing in the case of the Proudfoots, Christopher Proudfoot specifically. If he is convicted, I don't know the answer legally, but thank you, Good Measure. Thank you, Jude. If he is convicted of child abuse against another child, like Nina's child, for example. Oh, I'm sorry, for CA. Thank you.
But how obviously there's been nothing filed on him. Obviously a judge deemed him appropriate for his child to have visitation with this summer. Do you guys understand what she is attempting to do here? She's attempting people to encourage. No.
Thank you. If he's convicted for Nina's child, would that conviction for a different child be a factor for Sebastian? I cannot see where on God's green earth a judge would not factor that in. If you do CA on one child, one stepchild, why would a judge think you wouldn't do it on another stepchild, right?
Ma'am. What? Granny, there's a whole Reddit community about her. There's an entire Reddit community about her. I have tried to not go into it very deep, but I did go take a look because I was hearing things that were very disturbing. And sure enough, yeah.
Here's the second thing. And now tell me this.
And no, before anybody, I'm not talking on there. I don't post on there, nothing. I just went to verify that it was true. It is.
Willful abandonment of a child for 18 months or longer. They left their house. The house that if Sebastian actually were a runaway, did walk out of the door, left the house because he thought they would be upset with him or they would be in trouble. Right? That's their story. Why are you leaving your house when you have a child who's quote a runaway? They're treating him as a runaway.
Where's your friend that said that she sold the house within a day, bought a motorcycle for her boyfriend, and ran off to a camper? Where's that brainiac friend of yours? Bring her back on. I'd love to hear her spew some more bullshit. Because they were being kept under surveillance by crazy YouTubers. Pretty simple answer there, Julie.
I think that's abandonment. What do you guys think? Hi, Kathy. So glad you caught alive. I'm glad you're here too. Cinderella.
Obviously, it's not considered abandonment when the law enforcement officials knew where they were going and what they were doing. So there's that.
I'm glad you're here too. What do you guys think? Do you guys think if they leave the house when their child has, as they said, and as the police were treating it from the beginning as a runaway case, if you up and move on that kid while they're gone, I think he has a strong case for child abandonment.
Thank God nobody follows your line of thinking. Yeah. Thank God there's laws. Thank God you definitely don't have any legal speaking here, because law enforcement knew exactly where Chris and Katie were going and why. They have been working with law enforcement. That's what we know.
Where is he going to go home to? He doesn't know that camper park in Mississippi where you are. Does he have the phone number to it? Does he have the address for it? No. He's gone. And you cross state lines. That's another reason. Because the courts don't look favorably on parents who are in a custody arrangement who move out of state. Once you move out of state without...
They didn't move, Julie. Chris went back to his camper so he could go back to work to continue to provide for his family. Even with a missing child, people have to continue to pay their bills. Not everybody has the luxury of having their bills paid when a child goes missing. Chris went back to work. Yes, she did. Yes, just my opinion. Yep. Yeah. 2 of them. She did one earlier and had a misfire on it. So then this was the second one she named. Yep.
Your child, by the way, without him. They moved without him. Aren't they? Did someone say in someone else's chat? Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone was saying in someone else's chat, maybe it was Smiley's or somebody else's, and they were saying that someone said that they were selling his furniture. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
This is where the misinformation bus fucking starts. It's when idiots like this say, well, do you remember that one person said that one thing about this one thing? That must be what we're basing our story on. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep pushing that narrative. You have no fucking proof of anything.
So the source of that comes from the neighborhood app, where supposedly there was a post months before he went missing of Katie asking for help for somebody to move furniture. Months before he went missing, before the holidays, before he went missing, there was supposedly a post in the neighborhood app asking for somebody to come help move furniture. Magically, the post is gone, of course.
Of course.
But a woman who came from TikTok, who once claimed that she had abilities and did readings and stuff like that, tarot card readings, said that she knows she's got a source, a factual source, and they're keeping their ear and their eye on everything in Hendersonville because they're locals. And they threw an absolute shit fit about said post that is non-existent, about her allowing somebody in to help move furniture months before he went missing.
See, this is how the misinformation train keeps moving.
Yep. Is
they say, well, I heard on BHBs that this happened. Oh, well, I heard fucking Subaru Steve say that you guys are peddling misinformation, and
Yep.
I hope you know it, because if not, you're pretty fucking dumb.
Just my opinion. You're correct. Yep. It was from November 2023, before Sebastian went missing, and again, has nothing to do with anything.
Is that true that they're selling his furniture?
It's not, but listen.
In my opinion, Terry, abandoned. I agree. They're saying Christopher Outfit said he's going to walk through that door. Just a rumor. Okay. Well, if somebody could find out if they are.
Look how disappointed she is. Look how disappointed she is. Oh, it's a rumor.
That would be very helpful evidence for Seth in a custody case. Because now he doesn't even have a bed to sleep in. He doesn't even, well, listen, where they're living, he doesn't have a bedroom.
Says,
okay.
You know how gross this is, Megamind? You are intentionally creating this divide. You and the people around you are making it Seth versus the Proudfoots. It's not that. It's three.
They all want their
It's
kid home.
three parents looking for their child. You are creating division. Get that fucking forehead fixed while you're at it.
At Seth's, he has a bedroom. They live in their.
So their house didn't sell, and we have no proof whatsoever that any of Sebastian's items have been removed.
House in Hendersonville. They didn't move. They live in their house in Hendersonville. They didn't move. You mean they didn't officially change their address? Is that what you're saying?
What?
His puppies, Rod?
Julie, you smart one. Then how are the pictures? How are the pictures that you've been using as this breaking evidence of their home with the cameras on them relevant? If you're trying to claim that they moved, then how are these pictures of that home? Let's just go with your theory here for a moment there, Julie, because you're so fucking bright. Let's go with your hypotheticals here that you're trying to incite. So let's say that they did move. You have a fucking neighbor taking pictures of a home that people don't even live in anymore, claiming that they have cameras. How does that work? You fucking dumbass. But you know for a fact, because the friend's sibling, the neighbor's sibling, or whatever your story is the next time you spin it, has been taking pictures. You know that they still live in the home. You guys have been keeping them under surveillance, but you're trying to imply that they moved because they went and stayed in an RV months ago. Keep up, Julie, with your own hypotheticals here, because that would debunk your whole pictures, wouldn't it, Julie?
Good night, puppies. Those, Rod, did they say? He says, I know they got rid of his pets within days. Are you kidding me? Good night, puppies. I love you, puppies. Yes.
Again, once again, no information, no indication. The snakes.
Seth needs some help.
Oh
he needs to know what his rights are and how to go about getting custody for Sebastian. No, they're living in their house right now. Who? Ellie Kate. Wait a second. They are? They're living there right now? They moved back in?
They never moved out. And how would you have pictures? Like, you guys, think of her last breaking news, these pictures of the home. And now she's like, wait, they live there? Bitch, you've been saying, oh, Jesus, take the wheel.
Chris and Katie, did they move back into their house in Hendersonville?
Take the fucking wheel.
I'm going to call my friend who lives across the street.
I'm going to call my friend who lives across the street. Julie, you think your friend across the street would have told you already if they moved or not, right? Like, you've got pictures of their house that you were so hell-bent on. You called the TBI on live stream the other day and reported these for the second time, these pictures.
Ellie Kate. Does anybody know Ellie Kate here? Ellie Kate, how did you hear that? That they moved back into their house? Your sister lives there? This is big news. This is big news. They moved back in?
How is this big news? You have somebody keeping them under surveillance. How is this big news when you say that you have a friend that's a sibling of a neighbor, whatever? How is this big news? How is this? Jesus, take the whole damn bus.
You think they've been watching my lives, guys? You think that's why they moved back in? I wouldn't put it past.
Oh, yeah, Julie, that's it. Broke the fucking case. Solved it. It's because of Julie's live streams that they moved to. You guys, they never moved out of their home. They've never moved out of their home. Kyle's ready to throw his fucking computer.
This makes me fucking furious because there's thousands, however many thousands of people that just watch this idiot.
Yeah.
Now believe the same thing, and they aren't going to go look into
anything. They don't. People just run with whatever they're thrown.
Did you see this chick Julie talking about him getting full custody? You better cross over back into Tennessee. You guys have been gone 6 months now.
Julie, I just have to tell you, you're not that important. I just have to tell you, you're not that important. I hate to tell you this, but your misinformation has been debunked numerous times. The people who are feeding you and feeding your narrative are just doing it because they know it's misinformation and it's coming from somebody else, so they can kind of throw their hands up and say, look, I didn't say it, she did. And they're just playing your content to target the parents of a missing child and push narratives. But they're just as culpable when they play your information and run with it as they don't know. Or, oh my God, could it be? They're just as bad. And they will get theirs too, in my opinion.
Don't call her a heifer. Heifers are beautiful.
Kyle said, don't call her a heifer. Heifers are pretty. He's still a little salty about somebody talking about us Finn girl. That was Judy, not...
Yeah, don't ever talk about Finn.
That was Judy, not Julie.
Now, they're getting close to the child abandonment mark.
No, they're not.
They never moved out? You mean when the reporters all said they cleared out their stuff, went in the camper, and then they went on Nancy Grace?
The reporters all said, can anybody find me this article? Because I looked. Granny, this is why I can't stop. Like, I can't. Like, I can't stop correcting the bullshit because these people are dangerous. Yeah, Judy, my neighbor. Oh my God. Right? Granny, this is not how child endangerment, abandonment, any of it works. It's not how any of this works. But where's the article that these reporters claimed this? Anybody? Because I've never found one. And I went and looked just to see if I had missed something. There is no report from a reporter that states that they packed up their stuff and moved. This is why I can't stop talking about these people and won't, because somebody has to push back on these people. She is growing at rapid speed too, because people are like, yes, more misinformation to run with. And now they're using her as a source of content.
And Katie said, no, I'm going to return back home. And she didn't. That she was lying. They weren't telling the truth on Nancy Grace, that they had moved out because of all these reasons that they gave Nancy Grace.
They didn't say they were moving out. They were in there. Oh my God. He went back to work. Right? Okay, that's tame in comparison.
They were away from that house. That's clear. I don't know. Ellie Kate says no. All the neighbors think they have. Nobody's seen their cars in the driveway other than for to pick something up or to go in and out for a minute or two.
Except people live streamed with their vehicles, like your buddy Silver's on the scene, caught them in the back rear camera of driving by their house and used it as content months after Sebastian went missing. Katie was walking out of the house and they caught it on the back camera on his vehicle and used it as content. Anybody remember that?
Holy shit. But Ellie Kate says no. So weird. Hold on a second. You guys mind? Ellie Kate, do you mind? I'm going to make a phone call real quick, okay?
If you guys don't remember too, I showed that. I showed when they used the back camera footage of the driving by the house. I know. This is just absolutely sad. And the scary part about this is people are reposting her stuff that are actual mental health or claim to be actual mental health professionals. That's really scary.
To my friend in Hendersonville and ask her to go by the house right now.
Listen to this.
It's Thanksgiving, they might be there. Maybe they're there.
On Thanksgiving Day, as she's live, she wants to call her friend and have her friend drive over to see if they're at their house.
Hold up. You guys don't mind. You guys don't mind if I call somebody right now to see if they're there?
Listen to this.
They were staying at the camper by their work site. That's what they said. Well, the media reported the same thing on the same day, but you know, we all got it wrong. But one person here got it right. Hold on. Let me just
this is
sorry guys.
dangerous.
Let me just call my friend here real quick.
Right, Granny? Granny, good point. The friend that just lived across the street now has to drive. Couldn't they just walk out their door? Huh.
Dear Lord, where is my friend?
Ready?
You see what happens? Hold up.
This is just wild. Yes, Bo. Absolutely, it's dangerous.
Just give me 1 second.
She absolutely is. She is absolutely building a case. She's called the police department once on live stream and admitted that she did it on Monday too. That was Wednesday. So 2 tips to the law enforcement of these supposed photos that she got that are.
I'm just writing my friend right quick for a second.
Now she wants to encourage somebody to go drive
Can you go
home on Thanksgiving Day. She claims that her friend lives across the street.
I can tell you right now. I'm so sorry, guys. This is big news. If they're moved back in that house, I want to know right now.
This is big news.
I really want to know right now. Don't you?
In with me.
Are they home because of Faith?
We can.
Hey, it's Julie. I'm okay. I'm actually doing a YouTube live right now. And by the way, everything's going great. Somebody on my YouTube live said that the Proudfoots didn't really leave their house in Nashville, not Nashville, in Hendersonville, and that they're like living there now. They're back living there. Is there any way you could check with, and see and ask someone over there to take a peek? I don't think it's true. Uh-huh. No problem. Yeah, can you know what? Can you just call me back? Can you call? Oh, go ahead. What are they doing in their home?
Right?
Maybe Mama Bowersox had Thanksgiving dinner tonight.
You guys, if you haven't watched this woman's videos yet, this one takes the cake. Like the shit she's been doing and saying is absolutely out of hand.
So they stayed at their house. Yeah.
Granny, this one's especially bad. She is especially bad.
Do they stay overnight?
Listen to her. This is insane.
Yeah. They're not there though, like all the time.
This was Thanksgiving Day that she did this. Yesterday she was doing this, you guys.
Yeah.
This is scary.
Okay. All right. No, I was just curious. This person, they don't know what they're talking about. They didn't know what they're talking about. No problem.
Listen to her. She says they don't know what they're talking about. This person doesn't know what they're talking about. And then motions and basically tries to imply that they're not there. Bullshit. Watch what she comes back and says.
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear they got rid of their dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Somebody said they were selling the kids' furniture.
And no, they did not get rid of the dogs. And no, they did not get rid of any furniture. That post was from November 2023, before Sebastian went missing, when she was asking for help to move furniture.
I'm half tempted to call down to Tennessee, get a lawyer, and get a restraining order for Chris and Katie with this fucking video.
Kyle's like,
to the judge.
I'm going to step in and intervene.
Imagine being a judge in a case, and somebody sends you this and say, is this stalking?
Yeah.
Is this harassing?
Kyle's had it with these people. Like, And no, he's not being serious. He's not going to get involved and call and get an attorney but somebody like they absolutely deserve. I hope their attorneys do know about this.
Neighborhood website. Did you hear that?
I saw that. I watch it like every day. They don't think my mom was like,
oh no. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right.
Just my opinion. You don't have to. I reviewed it the other day when they were talking about it. Thank you, though.
Nah. He's not. He turned. He turned to the other side, to the dark side. All right. I got to run because I got like 100 people on this live watching me talk to you for a second. All right. So I'll talk to you later. I'm on YouTube Live right now if you want to come on.
She say 100.
Okay. Bye.
We got you people.
She said they come by once in a while. They'll see Chris's truck there, getting something, doing something, you know, every once in a while. But no, she also heard about the dogs going.
So how would you know that when this lady doesn't even live across the street? And who went to the dark side? Yeah, Terry, that's completely different.
We should send the local law enforcement this video so they can keep an eye out for fucking.
Yeah, this is scary though.
cleaners.
This is really scary. If she's got a local contact that is driving by and keeping them under surveillance, this is really scary.
Yeah.
You couple this with people like Steve and Dog the Bounty Hunter out here painting narratives that people can kick in their doors and inciting things like this. This is really dangerous. Yeah, because her friend drives by once in a while. They know exactly what's going on. But I thought they lived right across the street.
And she's going to be checking on the neighborhood websites about the furniture. Yeah, Ellie, she was fooling with us. I know. I was kidding with her too. She was trolling. I know. I was just trying to pretend. I was like, oh, really? Tell me. We know that all those reporters saying they took off. No.
Not one reporter said they took off and moved. Sorry, that didn't happen. They left their home due to threats. Yes.
We're all wrong. Ellie's right. We all don't know anything. Is this my 5-minute warning? Okay. All right, give me 5 minutes. Okay. I'm not getting off in 5 minutes. I just got to move into the living room or to the kitchen. Okay. I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Thank you. Can you shut the door? Yeah. Yeah. They're still living there. But I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised that if Seth does file for custody, that.
So what is it? Are they living there or are they not, Julie?
They get their asses back to Tennessee.
Oh, they're not living there now? What?
I would not be surprised. Would you?
Come on now, lady. This is so ridiculous.
I got to put my mother's iced tea over here. I would not be surprised. We like you, Rod.
Wait, what the? Never mind. I'm not even going to ask that.
In prison now, they have bio daughter helping. What? Oh my God. I was like, what is that I'm reading? I have mad snark skills. Thank you. I think that's a compliment. I'll take it as one. I mean, you know, they're just trolling. They want to say, no.
She go on to take.
Next, she'll say, Sebastian's not missing. No, he's been in school. You guys didn't see him in the hallway? He's been there the whole time. He was under his desk in the lunchroom. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I know it was a compliment. Show Poodle, believe me, I know. And I love your name. And I love poodles. Okay, I just gonna have to move over to the kitchen area because my husband wants to go to sleep. First, I couldn't go in the kitchen because he's watching football and he insists on watching football, not in the living room where we have a big screen TV. No, he's got to sit in the kitchen table. Why?
Oh my God.
And so I'm going in here in the bedroom. Now he wants to go in the bedroom. He's just got to go in. Okay. My son's in this room. The other one's in that room. They're going between upstairs and downstairs. I need a she shed. You know what those are called? Like they have a shed in the back just for, you make it like your.
Land the fucking plane, Julie.
For various forms of CA. Under indictment for various forms of CA. I think Chris has been under indictment at one point or another for various forms of CA.
No. Where's the proof of this? Where is the fucking proof of this? There's nowhere. There's proof of this.
Not necessarily on Sebastian, but on Nina's kids, right?
No.
So,
no, there wasn't.
Just being under indictment, not convicted. If you're under indictment, you guys see that? Under indictment. Again, Seth, please file this. Maybe they'll put him under indictment. It would be an automatic. I got one more thing to read to you guys. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm sorry if you see up my nose or anything like that. I'm going into the kitchen. Like, you know, I got the tryptophan of the turkey going in me. I got the
she does
my mom's iced tea. My mom's cinnamon iced tea.
Elizabeth, I agree with you.
And
take her back.
My husband kicking me around from room to room. No, he's not kicking me around, but you know, kicking me out of this room, kicking me into that room. Hold up. Okay, I'm just coming back for my smoothie. Okay, Al. Say goodnight to everybody, Al.
Good night.
So funny. Oh, thanks for turning all the lights off. You got, I mean, seriously, like not. Whoops.
I'd second that, dude.
What?
Okay, here I am.
Probably.
On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. With my friend. Hey, I got Alexa in here if we want to put on music. What should we play? Well, I have to go back and get my smoothie. Any song suggestions real quick? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, Al, they said. He's not listening. His head hits that pillow and he's asleep. He puts that schnozzle on, I told him. Poor man. What song should we put on?
Take this job and
Move Bitch by Ludacris.
What's that song called? I'm Not Giving Up. Alexa, play I'm Not Giving Up. I forgot who it's by. No, that's not the song. Oh, yeah, this is it. Alexa, louder.
Oh, hell no.
Alexa, louder. No music?
Alexa, play a clown show.
Oh, Alexa, off. Alexa, off. Sorry. I almost messed up. Jude, I almost messed up. I didn't. I told her off. No music. But I didn't. No strikes. No music played. Bye.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I feel like I can't do anything right at this sometimes. I'll be right back. Let me just get my smoothie.
Oh my God. She does me too, Trish. Holy shit. Cranky. Right?
If I can't play music, I'm going to have to sing.
Yeah, no. I'm done for Friday. I'm done. We've been here an hour and a half. I'm done.
Fucking start making up stories about shit.
I'm done. We can watch her some other time. My brain cells have tapped out. I have got nothing more. I need to go to bed. This is fucking absolutely outlandish. I'm sorry, guys. This is so crazy. The shit that she's doing, the shit that she's saying, all of this stuff is dangerous. Kyle is right. This is inciting absolute insanity between her and Steve. And this is their new source, you guys. This is who they are all using videos from and promoting. The team. The team are promoting this lady's videos and running with this shit. This is dangerous. There's no proof of any of the things that she's claiming. You just heard her say that they moved out of their house, but yet she's doing these breaking photos.
5150 is right.
Oh, chasing. She's trying to say that they moved out of their home.
Back when they had like state-run mental wards, this is where people went for like talking like this on the bus, and people would turn them in.
Fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. She's inciting that people report. Chasing, if you rewind back to the beginning of this, she's telling everybody that they neglected him, withheld food from him. He was sleeping in the garage, allegedly. You know, these are allegedly. That he was sleeping in the garage. He was being hosed down, comparing him to horrific cases, and trying to say that there's 3 things in common with Sebastian's case. Then she goes on to continue to push false narratives about them moving from their home. Yeah, she does not, Terry. That is for sure. It's what is this channel that she's on? Hold on.
Should be called Red Flags.
Yeah. All the flags. It's just her name, Julie Skolnick. It's Skolnik. That's her name on YouTube. Yeah, withheld food, but took him out to eat. He was at Texas Roadhouse and all the other places, and Yeah, absolutely insane. All right, you guys, I'm tapped out for the night. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, babe, for doing your review.
Yeah, thanks for letting me do it. I think you two are fucking dangerous and a stain on society.
Yeah, truly.
Until there's information, you should just keep your mouth shut and not speculate.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I will see you guys soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.